Frank died at 60 years old in an Iowa hospice with loved ones, including longtime friend and co-star Mike Wolfe, by his side. In an exclusive interview with the U.S. Sun, Frank's close friend Jerry Gendreau revealed the star's difficult recovery after he suffered a stroke in July 2022. Jerry, who owns Bar Hog Dogs in Savannah, Illinois, where the late star's antique store Frank Fritz finds is located inside, told the U.S. Sun he felt really bad. You would go to see him in the nursing home and one half of his body was completely done. He would lift his arm up and it would just drop. That's got to be tough to be totally bedridden. Jerry explained how Frank grew frustrated because he couldn't come out and say what he wanted to say, though some days were much better than others. I've seen this when people get tired. They get tired. I think if you don't have the will to live, you won't, Jerry said. I think Frank could have lived a lot longer if the will to live would have been there. Jerry said he will always remember his friend's spontaneity, the quality that made him a fan favorite on American Pickers. He was truly the comedian who popped out with some of the weirdest and dumbest things that you just go, wow, Jerry said. Frank was pretty much a what you see is what you get guy. His faults were his faults. You can't fault anybody for being what they are. He was a right is right and wrong is wrong kind of person. He made a mark on history. A source previously told the U.S. Sun how Frank struggled in the months leading up to his passing. He has been bad since the stroke, and he had been getting worse. He was unable to move the right side of his body. He needed 24-hour care. There was no way he was getting better. He had crisis. The passing comes 2 years after Frank suffered a stroke in his Iowa home in July 2022. Frank was unable to recover from the stroke fully, as he was rushed to the hospital 4 times in 2022 and 2023 for pneumonia and a seizure. He was left wheelchair-bound and returned to a rehabilitation center after the hospital stints. He can walk, but he's always going to need the wheelchair because he can't walk long distances, a source previously told the U.S. Sun in August 2023. Basically, you lose motion. He lost motion. A stroke can affect your left or your right side. It affected his right side. he or shake. Frank's close friends filed for a conservatorship and guardianship for him in August 2022. Midwestone Bank acted as Frank's conservator, while his close friend Chris Davis was his guardian. Because of his stroke, Mr. Fritz's decision-making capacity is so impaired that he is unable to care for his own safety or to provide for necessities such as food, shelter, clothing, or medical care, without which physical injury or illness may occur. Documents obtained by the U.S. Sun read, Mr. Fritz's decision-making capacity is so impaired that he is unable to make, communicate, or carry out important decisions concerning his own financial affairs. Decisions must be made for Mr. Fritz's care and placement while he continues to recover and receive treatment for his injuries. The appointment of a guardian